you've got a guy, Hugh Jackman, who I think has played Wolverine about 5,000 times.
5,000.
And is about to play it 5,000 times more.
Yeah.
Why can't Wesley Snipes be playing Blade then? Is he that much older than... Maybe he is, but I'm just...
Because I'm saying not every film Hugh Jackman was in was successful.
No, none of them were as bad as Blade Trinity.
No. I'm talking about... Okay, let's talk money. X-Men Origins was a bomb.
Yes. But
because it was a bomb. So, why my issue though is that why couldn't Snipes... Because it's all established that, no, Snipes is Blade. He's Blade. So why can't it be like, okay, this was a bad film, but we're going to give you this. We're going to give you this. Okay, why is that after Blade Trinity, we never had Snipes?
We know because we've already answered the question. They were trying to diminish him from Blade 2 anyway.
Why?
Because it's black.
Mm-hmm.
And it was too strong.
Yeah.
So you try and diminish him. Then he finally goes down. Because you were trying to use Blade 3 to launch somebody else's career, which is insane.
It's crazy.
Whose career has now been fully launched into the atmosphere. Ironic.
Okay, which is like, I don't even know how to feel about it, because yes, Ryan Reynolds is grateful to it, but do you know how odd that is? Blade Trinity, and that was where my hatred of Ryan Reynolds began. Because I said, okay, what's my issue? No, my issue with Ryan Reynolds, because I remember him from Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Yeah.
But my issue with him was, they were trying to launch your career, to pretty much mess up another guy's career. So him not being brought back, I'm like, okay, thank you, Ryan Reynolds, but you do realize that you were somehow indirectly involved
not his fault though.
That's what I said, indirectly, not your fault.
Yeah, I know,
indirectly.
And that is why the line when he said nobody else could be Blade in the film, which they let him put in the film, which is whatever, and they like doing that sort of thing. We can laugh at ourselves while you still cannot figure out how to get a script done. But the reality is that, listen, do you really think Ryan Reynolds doesn't know that? He knows. Why do you think he made that phone call? He knows. There is no way. Listen, Ryan Reynolds, there is no way that man that I'm looking at doesn't know that Snipes got screwed over. There is no way. You think that he never saw Blade 1? He saw that movie. He knows what Wesley Snipes can do. He knows how good he is. So for him to look at his career and the way things have gone for him in the Marvel Universe, and to look at Snipes and they can't even figure out how to get a script, and they don't even want to use him as Blade anymore, and they figured out a way to malign and disrespect Snipes in the whole Marvel universe. Snipes is the reason why Marvel even have a universe, because Blade relaunched the entire thing.
And on that's the point. And on that point, you know that again, something I just found that, Kevin Feige had no plans of doing Blade. Mahershala Ali came with Blade, so the guy that saved Marvel single-handedly, you didn't even want to reboot him. It was an outside guy that says, "Hey, I'm a two-time Oscar winner. I like to do Blade." Oh, really? Oh, okay,
that's sure. That's the reason why they can't figure it out.
Yeah,
because they never really wanted to do it.
They never wanted to do it.
So now that this guy has brought it to the table, and this guy's a two-time Oscar winner who's ready to be the star of this thing, it's a no-brainer. So you can't tell him no. So then you greenlight it, but then you have to figure out how to create a Blade movie that doesn't do the things a Blade movie is supposed to do.
Because you want to make Blade, but not Blade 1.
You don't want it to do the thing it's supposed to do. No. Because the thing is this: the reality is, a Blade movie that, when I watched this Deadpool and Wolverine, I saw glimpses of what Snipes brings to the table, and you see them like, do you know what?
And the thing as well is, can that psychology fit into MCU?
No, it can't. Do you know what? Yes and no. You see, if you allow that into the MCU, what happens is that it becomes the strongest, it becomes the lightning rod for the whole universe. Mm-hmm. It can still work story-wise, but people just keep looking to that thing. This is very, it's obviously the conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy theory. We know it's true. But from what we've said about all the examples, it can't be a mistake if it keeps happening to every black person that is in any universe in the superhero world. Somehow everybody's a lackey. Somehow everybody's a sidekick. Somehow everybody's in a coma. Somehow everybody's running after some white character. Finn is trying to save Rey. Captain Falcon is the custodian of Captain America's shield. Roddy Rhodes is the custodian of a leftover Iron Man suit. Everybody's a Latin.
No, because my thing is,
so it's like it can't be a conspiracy. It can't be a conspiracy theory.
Name me another film similar to Blade that has happened after 1998.
That's why they don't do. Listen, let me put it this way, right? And I say this to everybody, and they cannot respond. You say that the industry is based on making money and success. And whenever something is successful and makes money, what does Hollywood do? They repeat it 5 million times so they can't repeat it anymore. The only things that are successful that they do not repeat are black successes. When it's a hero thing and it's positive. Black Panther, the only response to Black Panther is Wakanda Forever years later. In the same, you didn't make other things. Oh, wow. You mean that if we make a black superhero with African elements, people are going to want to watch that? Oh my goodness. Let's just make a lot of that. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. This thing made $1 billion. Do you know what's crazy? Both films hit a bit like up, one $1 billion, the other one almost $1 billion. When you're making that kind of money with a concept of Africa, superhero, and being... Wouldn't that mean that you'll just make like 10 of these things? No. Why is not every single studio in that town making a replica of this? Because that is not the rhetoric you want to put out there. You don't put out that.
And also, you have to remember, when you look into Black Panther, look, there's a reason why the CGI looked like that. They didn't think it was going to succeed. They didn't really care about Black Panther. But so when it's also that, oh, well, okay, let's just do a sequel. They have no plans of like, oh, let's not do more of this stuff. No. Like, guys, it's not a conspiracy. Again, I asked the question yet again. Because Black Panther cool made money, it was a gimmick. Name me another film as strong and with the same kind of intensity and impact as Blade 1, starring a black main lead. You can't name it.
It doesn't exist.
You can't.
And it's never, they will not make anything like that.
And here's the thing. The scripts have been submitted. Stories have been submitted. People have gone into pitch meetings. Nothing has materialized.
Yeah, but you see, and I don't even listen, you know how I feel about that whole concept of getting people to make things for you. What is happening is what should happen. What is happening is what should happen. Do you know what is weird? Do I tell you what's weird? Black people making hero stories, exalting white characters in the context of the world we live in. I believe that humans we're just one species, like we know that. But in the context of the white supremacy and the world that we live in and all the racism and bigotry and hatred and everything that we live in, the weird thing is that black people are doing that and other minorities default to that. How is it weird for a white writer or director to want to make himself look good? How's that weird?
No, that's
what I feel is so strange when people criticize guys about making James Bond white.
I don't want any diversity. No.
This is what they are doing, what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to make themselves feel good. They want their sons, their daughters to be able to look at something and be like, look, this is an ideal. This is what you should be striving for. Why are they going to now start? Do you know how twisted it is that you're telling a white guy to make a film where he's going to put himself in the film, but make you the top dog in the movie.
It doesn't make sense.
And make him the sidekick to your...
It makes no logical sense. Because my thing, I say, Miles Morales does not exist to me. Miles Morales was, man, Spider-Man is so popular. Let's give something to the Latinos and to the blacks. So let's make a half black, half Latino Spider-Man, which is trash. Spider-Man is white. He's Caucasian.
He is white.